Ba, 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 bum 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 bum. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Hi, everybody. I'm going to record a quick little thing here, just wrapping up. I went through the whole process on Patreon as I got my new vest system set up. It's not entertaining, it's fairly boring, but I basically did it and just talked the whole time while I was doing it. So, there's that. But as a quick wrap up, this is cool. Better than what I've been doing for years now. I can't think of how many years, but for a good while, I've been using the slings. I forget the company that made them. Doesn't matter. None of this is an advertisement. But I've been wearing slings with cameras. And it's either if I go out with just one camera, all the weight's on this shoulder, and then it slings and it's there. And the camera just hangs. And it does this all day long, and I bump into someone with it, and I'm constantly keeping a hand on it just to make sure with everything. Like, I don't expect the tripod mount to fail or anything, but I do want to keep a hand on it just in case. It's not the most comfortable. And as I was out the other day with a bird watching group, I saw someone who had, now theirs was slightly different. Theirs was still a harness, and it was, I think, 2 points across the shoulders. I don't remember. But the point is that it held binoculars, and then it had a camera strap. Now, it was still hanging, but it made me think about it. And then I looked into a bunch of different options for way more things so that I could have one thing that would carry both my binoculars instead of having to wear them around my neck and my camera on a sling that went that way, and it just got in the way. And I arrived at this purchase here, which is this vest system. I bought one that came for binoculars and a camera. Not two camera. I had my own for this because it was rather expensive to get all of this set up. I had to buy a special adapter for this long lens in order to put it slightly on an angle so it's not going straight down, and the whole thing here. It works, though. The only thing I don't have on here are the safety straps, which are important, and I will be adding. I just don't like the way that they're loose dangling right now, but I'm out there. I'm looking for a bird. I'm no longer grabbing down here. I can rest my hands if I need to. I can have completely hands-free. I can be doing whatever I want with my hands. And I can see a bird, and I just grab, pull, look, do this, look directly in the light in my room. Ow. Put that down there. I'm trying to get to the point where I don't have to look. I've got to build the muscle memory of doing that, but it's a nice slide in. I can find it probably from other places. It does kind of just go in, and then it hangs, and it's good. And then this one is the same kind of thing. I have to learn the muscle memory instead of grabbing from down there, which I would always grab by the tripod leg, which is a good idea. But now it's going to be, because it has to tilt, it cannot, when it's locked in, it will not come out, which I like. But if I see a bird, this hand goes to here, which will be the shooting position. And then I lift it up a bit until I grab my other one here. And then I can lift it up and out, shoot, back down. I'm not muscle memory to here yet, but then it goes in and it goes back down, and that's fine. And that's great. And it's fine. And this was one that I already had, and I talked about before. The reason I never used this was because I had way back, long before I started doing video, I was walking around with this adapter plate, this carry on my belt, and this system here works pretty well. It's got a little release lever here that slides, and then it's locked and it will not release. But the thing is I was wearing this on my belt, and my fat folded over it and pressed the button, and I didn't have it locked. And I dropped my Canon 5. I think I had the 5D, and that wasn't the 70. I don't remember which one of those Canons. I had a Canon camera and the 70-200 lens, which I was super excited about, and I dropped them. That was a mistake. So ever since then, I stopped using this system. It was a fault of mine, not that, but I moved on and had the sling instead and had different harnesses. I tried a couple different things. I ended up on the sling. But boy, after walking around for a couple hours, all that weight on one shoulder, it doesn't really hurt the shoulder too much. It hurts my lower back right around here because of the offset of weight. This should balance things out a lot better. It's all distributed across my entire chest and torso. I don't know if it's going to work perfectly, but I mean, it's certainly there, and I like it, and I can have my two cameras. Everything's set up here. I might be able to put even a bigger lens on this camera if I wanted to at some point, but for now, I just got an ND filter for this so that at least it is protected in some way, because I had no filters for this, and when I go out, if it doesn't have a lens hood, which this one doesn't, I had to buy this lens used, and I had to use it for product photography, and it is cracked all the way and back. Somebody dropped it very poorly. A lens hood will no longer work on this. It has snapped off all the pieces to it, but I did get a filter for it just so that it is protected. And that has saved me on more than one occasion. I did go back a few years while I was still in Wyoming. I was walking around and I think I had taken it off of the harness. I was going to put it in the car. I don't remember how I was carrying it at that point. I may have been carrying it in this, honestly. I don't remember. But the point is that I dropped it and it slammed on the ground and the filter took the brunt of it. It saved my lens. My other nice lens still works. So I'm really happy about that. And that tells me that when possible, if I'm not too worried about this because it's got all of this lens hood to protect it, but this one does not. And so this requires a filter. So I got a filter. And now I'm all set up. And I think this is going to work. I think it's going to take a little bit of breaking in, a little bit of getting used to. I had to really tighten all the straps down and get everything, but I'm happy about it. I'm good. This is good. I think this will do fine. We shall see. I'm looking forward to being able to capture the landscape while I'm out there instead of just doing one or having to bring both of them and then both of my lenses do this the entire time. Cameras. Everything does that. It's just not great. Ta-da! Happy. All right, that's it. I haven't figured out yet what I'm going to do for the chest camera because that goes on a harness in the very same way and would be hanging right about here, and I can't combine those things, so I'm going to figure that out at another point in time, but not now. Maybe I'll go back to trying out a shoulder mount because there's certainly room for it up here. I just never liked the way any of that worked, but that's a future problem. This is the right now solution. All right, bye, buddy.